The Rockets went 34-7 at Toyota Center this season, and up until Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, they had never been beaten twice by the same opponent. But Golden State did take Game 1 and home court advantage. But while the sky may literally be falling outside the building, with Clint Capella saying the team needs to move the ball around more, Mike D'Antoni maintains confidence in his James Harden, Chris Paul-led attack.
No, it's not just everybody. I mean, it's just from ourselves. I mean, it's like, you know, oh my gosh, ISO, that's all we do. No, it didn't. And that's what we do best. We scored like 60% of the time on it. It's like, no, really? You know, all of a sudden, oh, they don't pass, everybody stands. Really? Well, you watch this for 82 games? That's what we do. We are who we are, and we're pretty good at it, and we can't get off who we are and embrace it. Just be better of who we are, and don't worry about somebody else solves the puzzle a different way. Fine, that's how they solve it. We solve our puzzle this way. We got to play it at our strengths, and we know our strengths, and we just got to do it better.
They cause different matchup issues, as do we. They did what they do better for longer than we did, and we just got to do that better tomorrow.
Well, we'll get into those styles here in a moment. You know, the Warriors have made their offensive reputation with ball and player movement, but Kevin Durant killed the Rockets in Game 1 with old-fashioned ISO ball, scoring 27 of his 37 on isolation plays with 12 of his 13 ISO shot attempts from the mid-range. Analytics be damned, folks. D'Antoni said after the game he could live with Durant getting those mid-range shots and
what? Has he seen Kevin Durant before?
But he could also die with that.
He can live with Kevin Durant getting those shots. Somebody tell Mike D'Antoni that Kevin Durant is shooting 61% from the mid-range, and we're going to show you a lot of those shots right here. Kevin Durant being patient, gets the switch. James Harden on Kevin Durant, that's never a good thing. Kevin Durant takes his time, sees P.J. Tucker coming over for the help, but guess what? P.J. Tucker's only 6'4". The 7-foot Durant pulls up over him with ease. Once again, Kevin Durant now comes off a pin down, gets the switch. Chris Paul guarding Kevin Durant. Mismatch. As my man Shaq likes to say, barbecue chicken. Right now, gets right to his spot, pulls up. It's like shooting over a chair. Kevin Durant does not see Chris Paul at all. Takes his time. This time now gets another good screen. Gets the switch. Now it's Capella. Okay, Capella's a little bit bigger. I'm not going to go post him up. Clear it out. Everybody flattens out. 1-2, crossover. Uh-oh, watch out, big fella. You're moving your feet good. Great defense by Capella. Better offense by KD. He's just showing you that you can live in the mid-range. You can go back to old school 90s basketball and be effective with it. And right now, he's the best in the league at it.
And you know what? Durant says it's his mid-range shot he's more concerned with. He hasn't shot the three very well. He's fine operating where he is right now.
Well, it's a good thing Mike D'Antoni is fine with him getting the shots because you're never going to do anything about it. You know, if shooting over the top of Chris Paul is like shooting over a chair, you shooting over me is like shooting over a stool. But I think we're very much in a situation where KD is so good in this space. He's got so much rhythm and flow, and he's so long. It really doesn't matter what the defense throws at him. He's going to rise up over them. Several of the shots he hit with Capella on him, by way of example,
he shot just
Clint
as easily over Capella.
Exceptional defensively, and he's so long and his flow is so pure, it almost doesn't matter.
Well, Mike D'Antoni, of course, has influenced both of these offenses to varying degrees. Obviously, Houston's his team, but his fingerprints are on the Warriors' offense as well. Certainly an inspiration for that, but the styles have diverged over time. The Rockets dribble more, pass less, and in Game 1 took nearly a third of their shots in the final 7 seconds of the shot clock. In other words, Griff, instead of 7 seconds or less, there was a lot of 17 seconds or more.
Right, and that's certainly not what Mike wants to see. Now, obviously, they've honed their system, and Mike was very clear. This is what we do. We are a great ISO team. We score at a very high rate this way. That's all very true. But Mike's system really is predicated on, to a huge degree, the ball finds energy. And the weak side didn't move at all for them, really. That was, I think, their biggest problem offensively was while they had the ISO matchups they may have wanted, everybody was so stagnant on the weak side that Golden State's defense could load. And if you let them load and face your offense the entire time, Kevin Durant, in addition to being as good a mid-range shooter as there is in our league, he's also as good a defender as there is at the three position, and he's their best rim protector. So you can't let them be in a situation where they load up on you defensively. You've got to occupy them on the weak side.
Rockets had 3 shot clock violations in the first half.
Yeah, and if you're Houston, you definitely want to try to speed the tempo up. Not speed it up, but get into your offense. You don't want to take shots like that. And a lot of it has to do with diversifying your portfolio. Harden is a great player, and that offense with Harden dribbling the ball probably works against most teams in the league because there's a big you can pick on. There's a mismatch you can pick on. But look at all these dribbles, and it's Kevin Durant out there. These are tough shots he was able to hit, but they would live and die with Harden taking those shots because he didn't get a lot of assists. Nobody on the weak side got involved. And now when those guys do catch the ball, guys like Luka Mbamute, P.J. Tucker, Trevor Ariza, they're not used to getting the ball because they haven't had the ball for 4 and 5 minute spans. It's 4 or 5 minute stretches. You saw those guys struggle. The ball does have to find energy, has to find its way to the weak side. If the Rockets come out there with that same game plan, pull the brooms out, they'll get swept.
Harden had an efficient 41. Steph Curry didn't really get hot, and the Warriors still won by double digits in Houston.